What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Chef Ed's Corner. Today on Everything Vegan, we are talking to an amazing person, somebody that I've gotten to know over the course of a year, two, and I will let him introduce himself just so he can just list a few of the things that he has done because trust me, when you hear the places he's worked, the things he's done, places he's been, things he's started, you're gonna understand why we had to have him here with us today. And we're gonna talk about the fact that we're both opening up two restaurants right now simultaneously and opening up another one together. So there's a lot going on, and I'm just happy to introduce Henry. Please, thank you so much for joining me today.
We are again in the battle.
Yes.
The battlefield.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
I always admire your work.
Thank you.
And I think you are an amazing, talented chef.
Thank you so
which
much.
is so difficult to find nowadays. About my background, well, I think I have I have been blessed, to be honest, to be working in a restaurant, in the best restaurants in the world, yes, but also I did every single position in the restaurant. Now I have my own consulting group, which we open any type of restaurant.
Yes.
At this moment, I just finished opening a restaurant in New York, Brooklyn, called Castells, Italian Pescatorian Kosher. Never in my life have opened a kosher restaurant. Beautiful experience.
Yes. But very unique
Yeah.
because of certain things that has to be done a certain way, right?
I thought that I knew what is the kosher world, but
Yeah.
as I was learning, the preparation for this project has been already a year.
Yeah.
So pescatorian kosher with authorization to be able to use the dairy.
Mm.
So then I found out that there's also restaurants we have steakhouses that they cannot use dairy.
Yes.
So, but one thing that I want to share with you, as a sommelier, I love wine.
Yes.
But I thought the kosher wines were like, eh.
Yeah.
But guess what? I was invited by one of the owners of this restaurant.
Yeah.
His name is Ralph Mann,
Yeah.
and he did a kind of a wine tasting, blind tasting,
Uh-huh.
and the wines that he offered me, I was blown away. And he said,
Really?
Henry, all of them were kosher.
Kosher wines. Wow.
Yeah.
See, you know, you can't judge a book by its cover,
Yeah.
you know. But that's amazing that they were all kosher wines and they tasted really good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
So it has been a great experience.
Yeah.
And so what you been up to?
Great question. So as Henry was opening up a restaurant in Brooklyn, I was opening up one in Atlanta. It's actually a vegan stir fry called Stir House. So we just opened that up, and you know, I've been working on that for a couple of years, and that finally happened. You know, COVID slowed it down, but it opened, thank God. So that's going on now. And Henry and I are back together opening up another restaurant here in Palm Springs. We actually opened up a restaurant last year together in Phoenix,
Yeah.
right? Kambara, which is an amazing Asian restaurant, right? In the Hyatt? No, in the Marriott.
Yeah.
In the Marriott Hotel.
Mario Marquis.
In the Marquis. But now we're in the Hyatt, right? So we're doing a completely different company, restaurant brand, hotel brand. But with this one, we're opening two here, right? So there's two more. So there's Tia Carmen we're opening, and we're also opening Carmucha. So Henry consults front of the house, amazing sommelier. Like, I mean, when it comes to detail, if you need help, this guy will take care of you. Like, I mean, from the smallest detail to the biggest, like he has it. Like you said, he's worked in every position pretty much you can think of in the restaurant business, so he knows the ins and out, right? And then, you know, coming here, he's working the front of the house, I'm working the back of the house, right? And we're basically training the staff on how to be more professional, how to be more effective, you know, work more efficiently, you know, more organized, you know, all of that good stuff. So what would you say is something that you're doing in the front that I'm doing in the back that combines and just makes the restaurant flow very easily?
Discipline.
Yes.
Discipline is, I think, the number one problem in the restaurants, right?
Yeah.
consistency. So, for instance, I admire your dedication and your strength, right? So, when you do mostly the same as me, it's in
Yeah.
a different type of action.
Yep.
So you teach them the
Yes.
way the recipe has to follow up. You develop the recipe,
Yep.
the ingredients, and the way it's cost effective, right?
Yes.
And then you develop regarding the product of what is going to be the concept.
Yes.
And I think that is something that is very unique, and I struggle when I am looking to hire chefs.
Mhm.
They might know how to cook, but the food course completely changes everything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I think in my position, right, depending of the client, right. So right now we are opening the second Tia Carmen, right?
Yep.
So it's a lot of expectations behind chef
Exactly.
owner Angelo Sosa. I have the pleasure to work with him as on road, and we work together with Alain Ducasse. So we have good experience in that part.
Yep.
But right now, for from the house, I think things that, especially when it's a brand new restaurant, you want to create a good pattern and to give every single what we call SOPs, which
Yeah.
is technically the Bible of how the restaurant is going to be
100%.
run.
Yeah.
Uh, you do the recipes.
Yes.
We do the front of the house post.
Mhm.
How we gonna hire the team? We're gonna train them depending on the positions that you're going to utilize.
Yep.
Bartend managers, hosts,
Servers.
sommeliers,
Yep.
servers,
Yeah.
assistants, runners, and
Runners.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then your work and my work comes together
Yep.
as the what we call the friends and family we have
Yes.
prior to that,
Yeah.
because they don't know how
Yeah.
difficult it is to open a restaurant.
It's a lot, people. I mean, there's so many factors and just details that go into a restaurant, and then it also depends on the size of the restaurant, the
Yes.
type of the restaurant. Fast casual, fine dining, high end.
The steps of service.
Exactly.
The flow.
The flow. Is it buffet? Is it a la carte? There's just so many things. So, when people say they want to open up a restaurant, you really have to think about it and just know that it's not what you see on TV. There are a lot of things that you don't see on TV that, really goes into running a restaurant, especially successfully, right? Because a lot of people have the money but don't really know how to run a restaurant. So they run and they open up a restaurant and then it fails, right? So you need to make sure you put people in place that can create the systems that will hold everyone accountable, right? Because without systems, your restaurant will not operate efficiently. And then, that's money you're throwing away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has to be cost effective.
Yes.
The formulas have too much.
Mm-hmm.
People think that my dream is to open a restaurant.
Yeah.
Not that I wanted to discourage you,
Yeah.
but I think,
Do your homework.
yeah, because it's a lot of money.
Yes.
POS system,
Yes. Yes.
plateware,
Yes.
silverware, glassware,
Yes.
uniform,
Yes.
and then the cost, how much it costs to really pay the front of the house.
Labor.
Labor.
Labor is one of the biggest expenses in a restaurant besides taxes, right?
Yes.
And food costs, right? Those three.
So where I'm from, New
Yeah.
York, so we open, around, I would say 1,000 restaurants a year.
Yeah.
They will last, I would say the 75% will last no longer than 6 months.
Yeah.
And it will close.
Barely a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's because everybody wants to have, it is a tough business, to be honest.
It's a very
long
tough
hours.
business.
How many hours do you work? How many hours do you work?
Opening a restaurant, you're working 16, 18 hours, especially if you're opening breakfast, lunch, and dinner, training staff, a lot of things happen, and sometimes you're just stuck there because you don't have the crew, or you need to train the staff, and there's not a lot of time. So you can really, it's a sacrifice. So opening up a restaurant, you have to be ready to give up a lot, sacrifice a lot, but know that in the long run, it will be worth it as long as this is what you want, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
And our family is the ones who complain, please don't open another restaurant.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah.
How many restaurants have you opened this year?
Oh my goodness, this year, 3?
Okay, so we opened Canberra.
Kumbara, yep. Tia Carmen,
the one in
and then
Atlanta.
Atlanta 4.
So tomorrow we open another restaurant.
That's right. That's right. So it gets busy. It gets
Yeah.
busy. Anything you would like to say to, let's say, someone that's thinking about opening up a restaurant? Like, what would be?
Suggest?
Yes.
All right. So analyze the type of cuisine that you want to create.
Yes.
Yeah, select the
Yes.
cuisine. See the location where you're gonna open. Do the homework. See what is next to you.
Yep.
Study your competition.
Yeah.
Don't make a big menu.
Yeah.
Make it short.
Important.
Yeah.
Very
Use
important.
products that are cost efficient.
Yes.
Yes.
Locally sourced.
Yes. Lots of veggies.
Yes.
People
Lots
love
of veggies.
veggies. Yes.
Yes.
And I think then is the hiring. Try to hire. Take your time.
Yeah.
Hire the first. You don't hire the first person that knocks the door in, or the one who is asking for your interview.
Yeah.
I will say give yourself a good 2 months
Yes.
and trying to meet a lot of people.
Mhm.
Make your list of who are the best options,
Yes.
and then have a serious conversations.
100%.
And then once you have a good feedback by the previous employees,
Yes.
make a job offer.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's great advice. For me, I'll veggie back off a few things you said. One is, doing your homework, picking your location, super important. And then also, it helps if there's a lot of foot traffic because that's easier way for you to get access to more customers, versus people having to drive really far or don't know the area you're in, and then also, to touch on the menu. It's nice to want to have a lot of variety, but you want to make sure that you have a really concise menu so you can actually execute the food, right? Sometimes I find owners want to have all these favorites that
Fusion?
they've had,
Fusion?
yeah,
No bueno.
no good. You want to make sure that your recipe is really streamlined and you can execute and try to cross-use ingredients, Don't make a menu where each dish has every ingredient that's different, because then you're using so much prep and it's just a waste of money, right? So, those are a few things I would say to really think about, moving forward if you're thinking about opening up a restaurant. And then also hiring a professional. Like, don't take on the job by yourself, even if you know about cooking and you know about food. Like, actually hire someone that's done it for years and actually have a success record, like there's a track record
Broad record.
yeah, of restaurants being successful and opening and all of that good stuff. So, this way you're guided, right, along the path of opening up one versus you just guessing what you need and then, end up not doing it correctly,
May I say something?
Yes.
So also nowadays there are many people that call themselves consultants. So
Yeah.
I think that's the new.
Yeah, you have to be careful. The new influencer.
Yeah, so
Right.
I am a consultant. I have a big team behind me. I've been working these restaurants, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, all your investments, all the money that you have saved,
Yeah.
the dream
It's gone.
becomes a nightmare
Yeah.
because that they don't fulfill, they don't do,
Yeah.
they're not honest with their
No.
investors, and they don't have the knowledge.
They don't have
and
the
the
knowledge.
respect for the money that
Yes.
they're gonna put on the.
Yes, or they don't know how to manage money. So you have to make sure you do your due diligence, do your homework, research the people that you're hiring to make sure they actually know what they're doing and don't just take their word for it based on the fact that they told you they've been cooking or opening restaurants for 20 years. They could all be bad restaurants. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you want to be very careful with that.
So in my opinion, I will never hire the chef, the cuisine, or whoever's gonna be in charge
Yeah.
of buying the food. Someone who has never done that.
Exactly.
It's nothing like I am a fast learner.
No. We can't have that. You have
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
you have to know this
Yeah.
before you get hired to do this.
And the GM,
Yeah.
another.
Yes.
I hire my GMs. I do my research,
Yeah.
and I'm trying my best to know to hire the right people.
Yes. Be quick to fire and slow to hire, right? Super important, right? It'll save you in the long run.
And the restaurant is not. I'm gonna give you one more chance. No, as soon as
Yes.
you have a doubt, it's
Yeah.
better to treat them as cancer
Yeah.
right away.
You gotta go. Nip it immediately.
Now, if you find the right person, love him,
Yes.
cherish him.
Show lots of love,
Yes.
appreciation.
Yes,
Super
very
important.
to the employees.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
They have to feel love.
Yeah, that's true. I love
Yeah,
that.
they have to feel love because that's when they give you their all because they know that you're gonna take care of them. Because which employee wants to give their all and then not receive any kind of appreciation
Yeah.
for all the hard work that they're doing? You know what I mean? Super important. Awesome, Henry.
Ed,
Thank you
what
so
a
much,
pleasure
sir.
working with you again.
Yes, likewise.
All the best.
Thank you.
When I'm gonna see you in New York.
Maybe this year.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Love it.
Fingers crossed.
Looking forward.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.